the wise king and the humble servant. Once upon a time, in a vast and prosperous kingdom, there lived a king known for his wisdom and fairness. The king had everything: wealth, power, and respect. But despite his successes, he always felt something was missing. He believed that true wisdom could only come from experiencing everything life had to offer. So he set out on a journey to seek the final key to complete his understanding of life. The king disguised himself as a common traveler and visited villages across his kingdom, speaking to wise men, scholars, and sages. Each gave him knowledge, but none gave him the wisdom he was seeking. One day, the king came across a small village at the edge of his kingdom. There, he noticed an old servant who worked for a wealthy merchant. The servant's clothes were simple, and his duties were laborious, but he carried himself with a quiet dignity and a calm smile that caught the king's attention. Curious, the king approached the servant and said, "You seem content, though you live a life of toil. How do you remain so peaceful and happy?" The servant, without hesitation, replied, "I am content because I know my place in the world, and I do my work with a grateful heart. I do not seek praise or recognition, only to fulfill my duties the best I can. I take joy in helping others, for that is my purpose." The king, intrigued, asked, "But don't you wish to rise higher, to be more powerful, or to be wealthy? You could have more." The servant smiled humbly and said, "I have learned that it is not wealth or power that brings happiness, but peace within. I do not need to be greater than others to find fulfillment. Humility has taught me that there is strength in service and joy in simplicity. I am no less for serving, just as you are no more for being king." The king was taken aback by these words. He realized that all his life he had sought wisdom through knowledge and power, but here was a humble servant who had found wisdom through simplicity and service. The king bowed his head to the servant, realizing that humility, not just power or knowledge, was the key he had been seeking. He returned to his palace with a new understanding that true wisdom is found not in seeking to be greater than others, but in recognizing that all people, no matter their station in life, have value and something to teach. From that day forward, the king ruled with humility, listening to the needs of his people and serving them with a full heart. And in return, the kingdom flourished more than ever before, for a humble king had finally found the wisdom he sought. The servant, meanwhile, continued his quiet life, content in his simple duties, never knowing that his humble words had changed the course of a kingdom. Moral: true wisdom comes not from power or knowledge alone, but from humility, the ability to recognize the value in every person and every role, and the strength that comes from serving others with a grateful heart.